Turbo 329 here, February 7th, 2016. I just got back from a ride on my brand new 2016 Ninja H2. And I know there's a lot of reviews out there on the internet. Maybe you've seen them all, but I just had to chime in. I've been riding for about 17 years. I'm an advanced track day rider, not a novice. I'm an advanced track day rider. And have a lot of experience. I have to tell you, I have never, ever felt something that accelerates this quickly. And I've ridden them all. I've owned a Busa. I've ridden a 14. I've had every 1000 you could possibly name. And I've got tons of track day experience. I've ridden worked motors. This Ninja H2, the acceleration is unreal. I mean, I can't imagine the R, and I know that when you flash and you flash this ECU and it uncorks another 70 or so horsepower, I think most of that's top end, but this power comes on so quickly. I mean, as soon as you start rolling on, this thing can get away from you so quickly. The riding experience is unreal. The throttle is so sensitive to your steering inputs. The slightest movement of the throttle results in acceleration. You really have to be careful. You really have to know what you're doing. The clutch, very sensitive as well. The 2016 is a much lighter clutch feel than the 2015. I have not ridden the 2015, so I cannot make a comparison. I will be honest. However, I will say this. This is the lightest clutch action I've ever experienced on a motorcycle. Very light, and it took me some getting used to. The chassis handles surprisingly well for a big bike. It feels just right for the street. I mean, it's not stiff, and it's not too mushy either. The pitch from side to side is decent for a street bike, and the damping, I mean, it really sucks up the road, the bumps. And I was actually talking about having a custom shock made, but I have a Penske on my track bike. I've owned the Nolans on my Ducati, and even the damping characteristics of those units weren't as good as the stock damping, the damping of the stock shock that comes with this bike. I mean, it's amazing. I almost don't want to change it. I almost want to play with the ride height. With the rear tire, maybe get a taller rear tire instead of having a new shock developed for it. But I think I'm gonna go that route. I mean, the shock is real. The suspension is really good on this thing. Incredible. You know, you've probably seen. I've seen all the videos. You see a lot of videos about the guys talking. Hey, the S1000 is faster, and listen. I'm here to tell you that forget what you heard. It's all lies. It all really comes down to the rider. You have a guy in the S1000 that knows what he's doing, and you have a guy in the Ninja H2 that doesn't really know what he's doing, or scared to open it, or just doesn't want to drop it or whatever. The guy's gonna win all the time. But there have been numerous reports published by the UK mags, and the thing pulls 10 bike lengths on every liter bike out right now to 180 miles an hour. 10 bike lengths every time, regardless of who's on the bike. Those are the facts. Those are the statistics. So take all these other videos you're seeing with a grain of salt. You know, you'll have 10 different videos and you'll get 10 different results. But this review is going to be fairly brief. I'd like to get some track videos up at some point this coming riding season, and really try to get the bike dialed in. Maybe get a power commander and get a custom map to smooth out the bottom end, because the throttle response is actually pretty abrupt on the thing. I mean, off and on. You know what? It's not even that it's abrupt. It's just that we're probably so used to riding bikes that covered over our mistakes, that when you ride something that's unforgiving, if your hand is not perfect, you feel it. It takes a lot of concentration to ride this thing. I mean, it really wants, it really will get away from you if you let it. I'm really not trying to hype this thing up just because I got one. I'm really not. I'm being truthful. And this thing is an animal. It is an animal. And it won't suffer fools. It won't suffer fools. But it's definitely a fun bike. And I tell you, man, if you're fortunate enough to have one of these, man, count your blessings, because I honestly don't think that anything like it will come around. Kawasaki really did something. I mean, the gearbox is so smooth. That dog ring transmit, I mean, you can tell that it's MotoGP technology. I mean, this is real trickle down. Maybe not in terms of weight, but I mean, this is a premium motorcycle, man. And that's all I really have to say about that. So, if you want to follow my channel, feel free to subscribe. I don't know how often I'll be able to get vids up, but I can tell you that I will be putting up a few rides, and also, when it gets warm, maybe around March or April, we'll take it to the track a few times and try to get some nice clips in and really see how nice we can get it dialed in. But definitely a sweet machine, and man, I'm really happy with it. So thanks for listening. That's my 2 cents on my initial riding impressions. And for you guys out there, ride safe.